All right. So welcome to this week's demo. I'm going to share my screen. Right. And let's start by reminding us why we are here. This is our mission. We make the Stacks blockchain accessible to everyone. Now, during Q2, we are working on 3 OKRs. The first one is around microblocks and making the blockchain appear to be faster, or actually being faster. And this is what we're going to talk about today, right? Microblocks. It has been in our minds through the past month, and we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So with that, Thomas, would you like to demo?
Yeah, for sure. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Can you all see it? Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to demo just a couple things. I'm going to demo kind of the web extension and the work that Begin and Karen have done on it. And then I'll also kind of go over just where we are at with the Explorer, which Farah did much of the work on that for the Microblocks integration. First of all, you can kind of see, so here's we're on testnet, and you can see my balances. I have a lot of various tokens, but the one that you want to kind of pay attention to here is stacks and activity. And I'm going to go off screen for a minute, and I'm going to just request some faucet stacks. And did that. And so should show up here just any second. But essentially so here we go. So now we have pending. And with the kind of integration of, support for Microblocks, we have a couple different states. Now we have pending, which means, a transaction is just in the mempool. And so it's waiting to kind of be picked up by either, an anchor block or microblock. And so hopefully, depending on kind of the speed to which microblocks being mined on testnet, this will be kind of picked up in one pretty soon. But you can kind of see, I've got 500 here. Oh, and it just changed to microblocks. Now we can kind of notice there's this little lightning bolt icon. We can go back over to my balances, and we can see, this is kind of the older balance that I have, and then, or this is the current balance I have right now. And then this is the pending kind of microblock state balance. And, as a team, we've kind of gone back and forth a bunch on what balance do we show, right? Because we have all these sort of competing states now with this new feature. And so for now, during this first initial release, we're going to default to showing 2 balances when they're kind of both present, meaning right now, for microblock state, I have, almost 2,000 stacks on testnet, and depending on the certain types of actions you're trying to do, some can use this microblock state and some can't. So like an instance where I can use this is, let's say I wanted to call a contract that was already deployed, and I wanted to, maybe swap all of my stacks or most of them to some other, maybe like wrap BTC or something else like an RKT core swapper. I should right now technically be able to do that. However, I wouldn't be able to maybe do a stacks transfer of all of that until they're fully confirmed in an anchor block. Yeah, so performance should be a lot better. Things should kind of confirm a lot quicker. And when you're doing things like deploying, when you're like calling contracts, you should get the result of those contracts much faster, because the whole premise behind kind of why microblocks are advantageous is it allows you to kind of determine what the state will be after a certain contract call, and then you can kind of use that in different ways. We can now go over to the Explorer, and we can see we have kind of a bunch of different stuff compared to what's currently deployed on production. Farah's gone through a lot of this, but I'll just kind of do a quick overview. So we have sort of confirmed and pending transactions. We have, in the confirmed tab, both confirmed in microblock and in anchor block. And so right now you kind of just see, this is the faucet transaction. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Faucet transaction that I just did. You can kind of see it's included in microblock. And then you can also see these are other kind of faucet transactions, and they're all in anchor block, which means they've been confirmed kind of on the BTC chain. We can navigate around and kind of see a list of blocks and microblocks. We can see and click on a microblock that contains a bunch of transactions. Yeah, so everything should be a lot faster. In addition to the work done for microblock support, there's a lot of work done kind of behind the scenes for data fetching around kind of transactions and the way everything was happening. So everything should be a lot quicker and kind of more responsive and more performant. Yeah, that should be everything.
Cool. I couldn't find my unmute button. So I just want to say that even though the experience looks like seamlessly easy or simple to use, and it's super cool, this has been a very large undertaking from the engineering part of view and also from the design part of view. We iterate a lot, we discover edge cases. The QA team has been finding things all over the place and how this could fail. So that's how we finally got to this end result. And I'm really happy with what we got, and I'm excited to see it out. So great work, everyone. Cool. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing.